In the same way that the use of parentheses when dealing with the order of operations rearranges what operations are done first, these parentheses in the context of connectives work in much the same way. They prioritize certain relations, certain connections, certain compound statements over others. So let's get a couple examples here to see, roughly speaking, how these come together. So we will let P be the statement day destroys the night, Q is night divides the day, and our goal here is going to be expressing the negation of P and Q, the negation of P and Q, and the negation of the quantity P or Q in sentences. Yeah, that's this kind of a clunky wording, feels like I said the same thing a few times in a row, but let's just be careful here about what each of these is asking for. So in that first case, with that negation, we are negating the entire conjunction there, the entire P and Q. So if we wanted to express that, we could say something like, it is not true that day destroys the night and night divides the day. We're just negating the whole thing in there. And again, hints at that De Morgan's laws idea that we had before, but we're going to get to that later. Then for the second, we could have something to the effect of day does not destroy the night and night divides the day, because we are only negating the first, not negating the entire thing. And then finally for the third, we are negating the entire disjunction. So we could express it as something to the effect of either day does not destroy the night and night does not divide the day, or more literally, it is not true that day destroys the night or night divides the day. Maybe not literally, but more directly in terms of negating the entire disjunction that way, which again, we're getting some De Morgan flavored things, but we'll get there eventually. For now, let's get one more example for how we can pull some of these together and apart in terms of parentheses, next with some conditionals. So for our second example here, we have the statements P, there is smog, Q, the dogs do not bark, and R, today is a good day, where we want to express these statements Q and not P in parentheses implies R, and Q and the statement in parentheses not P implies R as sentences. Where another way that we can talk about conditionals I didn't mention earlier is we can refer to them as saying the word implies, and also technically speaking, today is a good day is maybe more of an opinion than a statement, but we'll let it slide for the sake of Ice Cube. I guess I don't really want to question some of his opinions all that much. Anyway, for the first, we're going to group P and Q because they're inside of that parenthesis, and put it in with a comma to note the parenthesis there. That's how we can often deal with these parentheses, is put in commas, where we have something like, if the dogs do not bark and there is no smog, then today is a good day. Meanwhile, for that second case, we will group Q and the whole conditional thing beyond it with the comma, getting the dogs do not bark, and if there is no smog, then today is a good day. So that's a little bit about how we handle cases with our parentheses. Next, let's see what we have to do if we are looking a little bit more vaguely. That is, we're going to talk about the order of operations in terms of all of the connectives taken together.